Welcome to Pickleball Live inside the PickleballTV studios here in Santa Monica, California. Danny Kleppinger, very excited to be back with the pickleball royalty. To my left here, Matt Manasse, McNasty as you go by. Man, we got to talk about that nickname. Kamryn Blackwood as well. Look, you get a second day here in between two blondes. Yep. You got a really difficult job.
The most, really, in sports. Yeah. You made the bucket challenge yesterday, the only one of us, so it can only go up from here if you were Cam and I.
Yeah. We're changing his name later anyway, so.
Okay, we're going to work on it. Yeah. A different nickname.
It's a work in progress.
Okay, well, also coming up
later.
We're in
charge here.
Exactly. The blondes are in charge, okay? Look, coming up later, we're going to have Dave Fleming joining us a bit later on. These two are going to talk about one of the most favorited shots across pickleball, the ATP. We're going to learn how to do it. But look, the semifinals are set, so we got to dive into how we got there. And we have to start with what we just saw, because Ben Johns is not only out of men's singles now he's also out of men's doubles. This is a huge upset. It happened at Worlds too, Matt. Can you believe what we just saw?
I can't. Gabe Tardio, J.W. Johnson, this is a team that we could see next year for 2025, which is scary for the rest of the field. My takeaway, though, for the Johns, should Ben Johns consider, I'm just throwing it out there, should he consider dropping his brother Colin? It's at least a thought. They've lost a lot this year, more than before. The game's getting faster and faster. You see Ben walking out of there, not in a good mood, on the phone. I think it's at least consideration for Ben Johns.
Yeah, looked pretty upset there, and understandably so, but he's walking away, not going to be competing. We'll talk about all the success that he's been able to have. We're going to dive into more on Ben Johns a bit later on in the show, but something else very rare happened yesterday, and that was Annalie Waters and Catherine Parento, who also are very used to winning, and that got challenged a little bit yesterday. In fact, they had won 127 of their last 131 matches. They've lost 2 of their last 4 now, 2-1 in this tournament. Cam, how did you expect them to bounce back today?
I expected them to bounce back well. They didn't honestly play as great as I thought they were going to. Just when you lose to a team other than quote unquote the girlies, when you have Anna and Rachel, and it was a new team with Georgia Johnson, Lacey Schneemann, I thought they would just bounce back to being the number one, almost untouchable. They looked really well, really good in that first game there. But in the second game, Tina Pisnik was steady on that left side, which allowed Paris Todd to play really free. They're a tough team to watch out for. It's a new partnership on that end. Could we see them heading into 2025? I would like to see it, but it was just too much of Annalie Waters really closing it down. She can come and clutch at any moment. She did that in the third game. The number ones move on, and we will probably see them in the championships.
Ooh, we'll get into that a bit later on. But yes, Waters and Parento advance to the semifinals there. They'll take on Irvin and Humberg in the semis a bit later on tomorrow. And then, of course, the girlies taking on that first-time pairing of Johnson and Schneemann. That will be very exciting.
Yeah, I think that one is one to watch out for. Can Rachel and Anna Bright take and win against Georgia Johnson and Lacey Schneemann? That was a surprise for them to beat the number one in the world. There's a lot of confidence on their side. Lacey said, hey, you know what? As long as I give Georgia her space on the right side, we're in good shape. If they have figured out how to move together really well, it's at least going 3 games, in my opinion. Could they take it? Maybe. They have a good chance.
That could be trouble for Bright and Rohrabacher.
I agree.
Johnson, Schneemann now believes, had never won a game off of Waters Parento, got through that finish line. Georgia Johnson has the fastest hands probably on tour. So that is upset alert a little bit for Bright and Rohrabacher.
Ooh, interesting stuff there, but we got to circle back to Annalie Waters as we get into women's singles, right? She was facing Kate Fahey today. Matt, what did you see?
Yeah, this was a must-win match for Kate Fahey if she wanted a chance, at least, to move out of pool play. She had to look 10-all in the first game to go ahead. Annalie Waters with the big overhead. She threw everything at Annalie in that first game, not to be. Game 2, it was all about the movement, court coverage, versatility of Annalie Waters. She's so creative. Look at this spinorama, and then open court for her. The ending, a little anticlimactic. You're about to see with a missed return here from Kate Fahey, not to be one of the best players the last 6 months, not making out of pool play. Tough for her, obviously upset, but the number one player in the world. Give that applause to the crowd because you're moving on 3-0 to semifinal Saturday.
Wow, love to see it. Yeah, 2 of the 4 semifinalists for the women's singles are actually new qualifiers, so that's very exciting to see there. Obviously, we've seen a bunch of upsets as well, so we're going to continue to keep our eyes glued to the screen as semifinals are underway tomorrow. But Cam, let's circle back to the women's doubles because you said something very interesting that you think it's almost a clear-cut shot of who is going to make the finals here. Why is that?
Yeah, well, I think just the number 1 and the number 2 team in the world, Annalie Waters, Catherine Parenteau, yes, they had that hiccup with Lacey Schneemann and Georgia Johnson, but they have such a solid team around them. You better believe Athena and Coach Mama Waters is doing their homework to make sure they have a solid game plan moving on. And even if Lacey Schneemann and Georgia Johnson beat Anna Bright and Rachel Warbacher, they face again in the finals. There's, in my opinion, especially a 3 out of 5. They love a good 3 out of 5 on a Sunday. They're not losing again. So I see them, they regrouped well. There's a strict game plan going in, regardless if they're playing the girlies or if they're playing Georgia Johnson or Lacey Schneemann. I see them coming out and winning.
You made a really interesting point earlier about how once you have the belief in you that you can take out the top team, that's got to do something. As a coach, I assume that you kind of would shoo that to your players.
The first hurdle is really the mental side of things. All these players have all the shots. They've been through it. They've practiced through it. But can they do it when it's crunch time? When the players believe, then it's the floodgates open, as they say, and then it's all bets are off.
Well, does that same thought process apply to women's singles? Can anyone top Waters?
No.
Okay.
Oh, do I have to talk more than that? Okay. So Annalie Waters plays Mary Brasha. I don't want to just jump over a semifinal, but I'm going to. That is going to be beat down city.
I don't think so.
Good for you. Then you have Caitlin Christian and Paris Todd on the other side. We thought rematch San Clemente 2022 in pool play with Paris Todd. Could she get that done over Annalie Waters? It was a blowout. Caitlin Christian, a different animal. I think she might get through that. Very athletic. If it comes to a final, though, between Paris Todd, Caitlin Christian, or Annalie Waters, I'm picking Annalie Waters. Again, it's the movement. It's the tenacity. She's there. The knee brace, I know we talked about that a little. Is that a question mark? I don't think so. So I think it's Annalie Waters 100% in the singles.
Well, you're talking about the tenacity, and Cam had some fire against you here, thinking that maybe that's not the case. Can you explain why?
Do I think she'll make it? Yes. Do I think it's going to be a beatdown where she's hitting some pickles and going out, 2-1 against Mary Brasha? I don't. Mary Brasha is a very sneaky player. She does have good movement. She has very clean strokes, very good ground strokes. So when Annalie comes to the kitchen line, there's going to be clean passes. She's going to get points on the board. I think we have seen them go to 3 games before with Mary Brasha on the other side, and she has her home crowd. She loves being here.
Crowd.
She's dancing, she's having fun, smiling, and she has her dad on the sideline. So it's going to be dad coach versus the mom coach, and so I don't think it's a beatdown. Do I think Annalie gets through? I do, but I see it in 3.
Do you think the Brashalicious thing has anything to do with this?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, Annalie Waters earlier today in your guys' interview talked about how smiling just improves her mood, and certainly she knows all about smiling here in the finals. Took away the Triple Crown last year. Has a good shot to win mixed doubles as well, and that's, of course, where Ben Johns is still in the mix here. They're looking pretty strong, Cam.
Yes, absolutely. And you saw that they were down a game heading into game 2, but they cleaned it right back up. You usually see after they win the first game, they go ahead and roll right through game 2, roll into game 3. That was not the case. Christian Alshon, in the interview with Annalie Waters, she said he was playing well. He really lit it up on that side. I had to have a lot of defense. But once they got in the groove there, she said, I didn't play my best till that 3rd game, and we really saw it. It's really nice when you have Ben Johns on your team to really clean it up. And he said, you know what, I don't ever plan on her playing bad for more than a game. I mean, what can you say having a partner like that when you know she's going to come through, pull it out? The number 1 team, I see them going to the championships and winning hands down. I don't really think anyone, even we thought maybe Brighton Tardio would be kind of the team. If anyone's going to give them problems, in my opinion, right now, it's Johnson & Johnson, especially coming off that MLP win with the Dallas Flash.
Looks like they're going to have to play Brighton Tardio in order to make it to the final. But yes, 44 mixed doubles titles for both Waters and Johns as a mix there. So definitely something we're going to keep. Gosh, are you excited for semifinals? It's going to be so fun.
Pumped.
But someone's actually on site there. Yeah, the voice of pickleball, Dave Fleming, is joining us now. Dave, what was the highlight for you today?
Georgia freaking Johnson. My goodness. I mean, just you want to see, can you back it up after the big win she and Lacey had yesterday? And she did it emphatically in mixed doubles with her brother. I mean, she didn't care that Gabe was in front of her, just going bananas on that. And then she and Lacey knew they need to go do damage. There was math. No one told me there was math in pickleball. There was math today. They had to go win big on grandstand to make sure that they got through, because it would have been tragic to beat Kamryn and Annalie and not make it to the semifinals. So that was a tough break for Tina Pisnik and Paris Todd to go 2-1 in their pool and not get through, but they have Georgia to thank for that.
And Dave, speaking of Georgia Johnson, these new partnerships, you have her, Lacey Schneemann, we have Paris Todd, Tina Pisnik, we have J.W. Johnson, Gabe Tardio, Irvin, and Humberg. What do you expect next year to look like in 2025 with these new partnerships? Do you see, I mean, Matt said too, do we see the Johns brothers split up? What do you think heading into 2025 about some of these new partnerships, and who can we see maybe splitting up?
Yeah, I think the interesting thing was when we went through the picking of the teams, especially in men's doubles, the way it worked was the top of the order got to choose any of the 16 that qualified, and we got the Johns brothers together. And then it was Dylan Frazier's turn, and he could choose anybody. And everyone that's a casual fan's like, J-Dub, of course. That did not happen. He chose Pablo Tejas. Guess where Dylan's going to be? He's going to be watching semifinal Saturday because he did not get through either. So that set up this trickle-down effect, guys, especially on the men's double side. You have H and Fed. You have Gabe and J-Dub. And I think in the past what people like to do is, I want to get in the cool kids club, number one, to get the best partners. And then I want to lock somebody down. 9 months, let's play together. In today's pickle, with everything changing so fast, you might be the it girl for 3 weeks, not 3 months. So I think people are going to be breaking up. We better have Taylor Swift ready all over the place in 2025.
That's a great point.
Dave, I want to talk the most electrifying man in sport, Tyson McGuffin,
Yes.
almost 35 years old, I believe on December 16th, 3-0, not yesterday as we reported. Sorry, Tyson, we'll celebrate later. 3-0 in singles, 3-0 in men's doubles. With to ask you, how impressive has he been thus far, and what are your expectations on the weekend?
So absolutely phenomenal to come out here and run the table. I mean, this is best on best. You couldn't send in an entry form here. You had to earn it. And man, is Tyson just coming out here and saying, this is my tournament. I said before this event started, who is going to leave their stamp on this? Well, from pool play, without question, it's Tyson McGuffin. However, you haven't won anything yet, so you got to get it done tomorrow. The big fella, Andre, will be there. When I talked to Tyson about choosing Andre, he had so much confidence in playing with him, and man, has that shown through. But what's going to happen tomorrow when the stakes are raised and every match is win or go home?
Well, he has won at least one title every year since 2020, so I'm sure his eyes are on the prize there in San Clemente. I appreciate you joining us, Dave.
Thanks for having me, guys. Great job there on Pickleball Live. I love that we have this show.
And we love that you join us. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of the biggest upsets of the tournament so far has been the defending men's singles champion, Ben Johns, and his early elimination. What should we expect from him moving forward? Who is the favorite now? We're going to discuss it when we get back from more Pickleball Live. Welcome back to Pickleball Live. Ben Johns, is he losing his edge? Just one Triple Crown this year. He's had 20 in his career. He's eliminated from singles in pool play and in men's doubles. Tough to see that out of the defending champion here in men's singles. He's been holding it down, but the top seed, Stackstud, has also been holding it down. He's in the top spot. And he's doing pretty well there, Matt.
In a major way. Normally, this match has all the fireworks against Jaume Martinez-Vic. Not today. This was 2-0 versus 0-2. Not much juice for Jaume, not much motivation. The number one seed is moving on. But should he have won this match? I'm not sure. He now plays Connor Garnett next instead of Tyson McGuffin, who I think he had a clear favorite to go through that. Connor Garnett has beaten him a few times this year. I think can give him trouble. Do I expect to give him trouble here in San Clemente? No, Federico Stackstud has clearly looked like the number one player in the world.
Well, you mentioned a couple names there that played one another. Tyson McGuffin took a surprise 2 lead to start pool play today against Connor Garnett. He got it done, Cam.
He did, and I've just been surprised. And he even said it. Look, I've been kind of on and off this year. I haven't really been feeling it, but I took some time off, and he's really healed up his body, came in really strong, and we've been seeing it. Not only, everyone always talks about that Ferrari forehand, but I've really noticed a lot from that backhand side, setting him up. Even that, moving around. His footwork to get all the way to the other side of the court, rip across court backhand. We just love him. The fact that he really brings in the crowd, that is why he's a fan favorite. That's why everyone loves him. And again, the title, the most electrifying man in sports.
Federico Stackstud is going to take on Connor Garnett in the semifinals. Tyson McGuffin does have that assignment of Hunter Johnson. Matt just talked about how Stackstud does seem to be the clear favorite. Cam, do you want to challenge that a little bit? Who has the best shot to upset him?
Oh, Hunter Johnson. I'm going to challenge that right away. Tyson's been playing great, 3-0 in pool play. Can he sustain it? I mean, Dave Fleming said it best. He's like, pool play is great and all, but this is where it counts, right? When we get into the semifinals, can you really bring your best here? And Hunter Johnson has been on fire the second half of this year. He's beat Federico. He's beat Ben. He's beat Connor. He's beat Kwang Dong. I mean, he's really beat all the big names here. He's won huge tournaments. So I see him getting into the finals, and I see him winning. I really can see him
Federico Stackstud?
Against Federico Stackstud. I think he has it. If he can, what he really surprised me with is when he lost that first game. Who was he playing against?
Federico?
No.
Oh.
Sorry. When he was playing earlier, I have to think out in my head. But it really surprised me how he recovered mentally. I think that's something that Hunter Johnson has done really well. When he's lost the first game, he's gotten frustrated and lost the whole match. He's different now. He really recovers well, and I think he has a great chance at winning this.
And five medals in the last 7 tournaments since August.
And
Two of those were gold.
I think what's interesting about pool play is that you have to beat the same person potentially twice in the same tournament. When you have to do it again, it's always harder, and I think that's going to be the tough part for Federico Stackstud. Can he put together twice in a row to beat Hunter Johnson? Can there be adjustments? If you get to Sunday, are the legs a little fatigued? Hunter hasn't been in the other events either. His legs should be fresh. Federico Stackstud might be a little fatigued by the time we get to Sunday. Of course, he does put in the hard yards in the gym, so he should be fine, but that could be a consideration come Sunday.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. And I think what's interesting about moving into 2025 is when we started pickleball, it was Annalie Waters and it was Ben Johns. These names just kind of took over the sport. That's how you really recognize pickleball, were by these two names. Can Federico hold that same title? You know, being number 1 in the world, we see him where he is losing, though. Whenever Ben Johns was at 1, no one was really challenging him. So there's so many more players coming in. I just don't know if we're going to have that dominating men's player consistently anymore, at least right now.
We'll see Ben Johns get back to number 1 in singles?
I don't think so. I think he would have to really focus physically to get a little bit quicker. His game style, you need to be so fit. He likes the cat and mouse, and to do that, you've got to have wheels. You see Tyson McGuffin with some passing shots there, beating Ben Johns early in the tournament. Ben going 1-2 in pool play. Last year, having a triple crown. I think he needs to add a better two-handed backhand as well. But I think everyone's getting better, and if maybe 25, he focuses more on doubles.
Is it that everyone is getting better or that he's regressing?
I don't think he's regressing at all. I really don't. I think this is his style of play, and I think it's worked until now. I think that, you know, the paddle tech has gotten a lot better. We've changed the ball a few different times, and there's different training now. It used to just be cat and mouse. Now the guys are kind of saying, well, ground strokes are working. If I have good passing shots, come up to the net. I'd love to pass you. It's an easy, quick point for me or an easy side out. So, no, I don't think he's regressing. I just think everyone has a different style, and I think he's going to have to adjust his game, like Matt said, a little bit to get his ground strokes on that higher level to compete.
I mean, you saw it the first tournament of the year of the Masters in Palm Springs against Kwang Dong, a new style that came into the sport this year. Ripping passing shots, so much topspin. That's really changed the game. Will Ben look to change his in 2025? We hope so. We'd like to see him back on top. I just don't know if we will.
Well, your style shimmers, right? That's what happens
yes.
when you coach the stars.
Shimmers and shines. That's what I like to say.
You gave a great lesson yesterday. Today, after this, we're going to learn about ATPs. Yeah, we're going around the post. People, don't go anywhere. There's more coming up on Pickleball Live. Looking at the paddles. Where are they?
Hope Matt doesn't hit a HTP.
I never do. I never do. I never do. Pickleball Live right now.
Welcome back to Pickleball Live. Yes, this is the PPA finals, but we still have a lot more coming up as we take a look at the upcoming schedule for the PPA. Daytona Beach Open, of course, the favorite there, the Masters in Rancho Mirage, California. How about this, though? At the bottom of your screen, first time, they're going international with a massive tournament. Going down under, Australia Pickleball Open, January 28th through February 2nd, 2025. If you want the complete schedule, make sure you head on over to ppa.com/schedule.
I'm Matt Manasse, a.k.a. Pickleball McNasty, coach of the Stars.
You are the pickleball instructor of the Stars.
That's
you know,
what they
so
say.
I feel like there's a lot that I could lean from you. So
I mean, there's so much to work on, but you know, an overhead. Give me one of them.
money.
I love that. Now we just gotta control it. Do it right slowly before you progress to trying it fast.
Come on.
Thanks for coming out, man.
Aaron, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, it is demo time, day 2 here on Pickleball Live. We're going to talk about everyone's favorite shot, the ATP, which Cam is?
The around the post.
Around the post, not HTP. We're not hitting the post. First of all, why do we see it more in pickleball? 2 reasons. In tennis, that net extends well beyond that singles alley. In doubles, it does not. It is really right next to it. And then also, we're dinking a lot cross court from each other, where balls can tend to leak outside the edge of the court where you can go around the post.
So a couple of those, how are we hitting it? Do we have to change our grip? How much are we waiting for the ball to come across?
For sure. No. Short answer, no. You do not change the grip. And then also, we're wanting to move on that outside leg, follow it, have that paddle back, and then make sure we leak till the very last second so we can get the most angle out of it and go around the post.
So you want to make sure you're hitting the outside of the ball to bring it back in.
100%.
Well, I think we have some top pros who know how to do it best here. Take a look at them.
You're going to see a cross-court dinking rally, I'm sure, here. And, Pablo Tellez goes around the post, little curve here. He waits to that last second, going up on James Ignatowicz, and the close from Dylan Frazier. Again, cross-court battle here. These players are going to wait till the last second and put some pace on it. They want to keep it low so that the player cannot defend it. Great shot there from James Ignatowicz.
Yeah, and I think something to think about, too, it doesn't always have to be a two-handed backhand. It can be a slice. It can be a drive. It really is whatever works for you. Someone really good to watch, even though Georgia Johnson does it well there, is Vivian David,
Yes.
one of the best in the game of staying low. It almost looks like there's no way she's going to get to that, and she does. So, okay.
She always wraps it around as well. So much side spin, top spin. Unbelievable.
Well, coach to the Stars here. Let's see what you got.
All right, let's do it.
Here we go. Nice dink and cross court.
Don't miss a dink, Cam.
Okay.
All right, don't miss it. Way to pull me. I wait. Oh! No one saw that, but that's already 1 for 1. That's pretty big time. Again, I'm waiting for this ball to go out wide. I am coming back to the middle to make sure I don't get beat middle. Cam leaves 1 wide. I wait, and that's 2 in a row in the bucket. That should count for later, but it does not. But, Cam, if I'm hitting this shot, the point is not over. You or your partner has a responsibility, and it is to what?
So if I see that my partner hit a dink that is going to fall all the way outside the court for a chance of an ATP, I'm going to adjust accordingly. So I want to make sure I'm in a position as it comes down to go ahead and counter that, reset it, whatever it is, to get the ball back over to come up to the kitchen line. Matt, what do you then need to do?
And my partner, well, I just need to watch because I just hit a great ATP. But my partner, as you saw in one of those clips, like a J.W. Johnson, if I'm on the left side and my partner on the right is hitting that ATP, we're like have a string attached with us, right? So if I'm being pulled or my partner's being pulled, I need to cover that next ball that's probably coming through this middle or the right side of the court and be ready to finish.
Well, let's go ahead and see if our girl, Danny, I love that.
I'm just holding it right now because look, if anyone can make it into this bucket here, it's me. So I'm just giving you
Oh, no.
like giving you the power on the ball. We're touching it, making it good. You know.
I did already make
Good luck.
2, correct? Is that
is that what happened? I think all of us didn't see it. Where
No
the
one
camera's
saw it.
working. I'm unsure. So
Do you want to go show him how it's done?
Well, I just want to see if he can do it.
Okay,
I got some high
Cam,
heels on today.
you can
so
feed first.
Okay, perfect.
All right, let's.
Well, I'll give you a setup.
Okay.
Oh.
We like a setup.
Ooh.
Oh!
Oh, now, you see, he wasn't making the other ones either.
I know. I thought I was going to make that
He
one.
was really confident there. That's coming at you.
Don't worry, just breaking the set. I'm really setting you up good here, Maddie.
I'm just gonna feed. Ooh. Oh no.
Oh no, we've got to
Those
make
are
one.
great ATPs.
They were great ATPs.
All right.
I'm just gonna feed. I'm gonna
Cam's
feed
gonna
you.
give it a shot.
You're
I'm
just
looking
feeding
forward to
one.
this. All right.
I'm just gonna feed it straight away. All
Okay,
right.
all right.
Just react.
Cam, can
You're
you
good
show-
enough for that?
Cam,
I
Cam,
hope
can
so.
you show him how it's done, please?
I hope so.
Oh, go again.
And
go
didn't
again.
really hit it hard, Cam. I mean,
I
come on,
don't
be a little
wanna-
aggressive.
I don't want to hurt the set. You about broke the thing last time.
Come on,
Here,
Cam.
Okay,
Oh.
okay. All right. Those are in, though. Those are in.
Danny, let's show us how it's done.
Oh, we're gonna hop in. I didn't even bring a paddle this time, folks. Where's my happy,
You got
smiley
Cam's.
face?
All right.
Just for you.
Oh,
You get
okay.
3.
Doing it in some heels. So
As
this
you
goes
should,
in.
as you
Everybody?
Oh,
should.
you have heels on. All right.
Let's do it.
So the ball is gonna leak. All right.
I'm ready.
You're gonna follow it. Here we go.
Oh, you guys. This is why he's the coach of the stars. It's truly unbelievable that all it takes is just one little comment.
You know what? Yesterday I was
Cam's
happy
gone
for you.
here.
I was
Now
happy. Now I
you're-
feel humiliated, but I am happy for you. Let's go, Danny. Come on.
Pickleball master. All it takes is just hanging out with Maddie.
Oh,
and
still missed it.
here a little bit.
There we
That
go.
one go? Stick around. We actually have another hot shot of the day. All types of fun here on Pickleball Live. Time for the shot of the day. Why is this so impressive, Cam?
We had it all. We had the ATP, as Matt Manasse just coached us right through. We had such a great firefight here. So many digs. Christian Alshon and Catherine Printo. I thought she would slide to this one
Yes.
as she
We
normally
need that Catherine
does.
Printo
But these
slide.
digs here, nice ATP, but it was really the digs to keep him out. Alshon and Printo, I think one of the most athletic teams, and you're seeing them really crafting their game style and giving trouble to the number one. They're a
100%.
team to really watch out for come 2025, but what a point from today. I loved it.
No kidding. And there's still more to come here in the PPA finals. These are the semifinals that we are going to see tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting day start to finish. Matt, where are your eyeballs going? Is that Tyson McGuffin
Yes,
still?
I am going men's singles. Tyson
Love
McGuffin
it.
and Hunter Johnson. A great two-handed backhand of Hunter Johnson, but what makes him different from Connor Garnett, who Tyson played today, is a better forehand, maybe better movement as well. That could be upset alert, if you can call it that, for Tyson McGuffin, who was 3-0 in full play.
Cam, which one are you most looking forward
Well,
to?
I think we saw the number one team, Ben Johns and Annalie Waters, tested in mixed doubles against Printo and Alshon. They're going to be playing Tardio and Bright, this new partnership they've never seen. There is something about Gabe Tardio that gives Ben Johns trouble. He can really reach in. They can play both sides. We even saw Gabe Tardio on the right.
Yep.
And that's dangerous. You usually see him on the left. So there's going to be a lot of patterns that are going to change up. I see it going 3, a potential upset.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
think so, but there is potential for an upset.
And better
in that
2
one.
out of 3 than 3 out of 5 if you're Bright and
Yes,
Tardio.
yes.
And Tardio, I think, in an elimination match, is going to play way better than he did in pool play.
Yeah, I agree. And then when you're looking at women's singles, I know we're saying it, but Annalie Waters, Mary Brasha, they're kicking off the day here.
Matt's saying absolutely not. He knows what
I
you're
just don't
about to
think
say,
you should
Cam.
say absolutely, but I do think that it's going to go 3. But look for Annalie Waters, if she's playing well, to take that one.
You're saying
We'll
it's
see.
a lock.
But the real hot shot we need to now look for is the shots from the last 2 days from you. Which, you know what, Danny,
should just
too
change your
good.
name.
Look at this, in the bucket.
Danny Buckets.
Danny Buckets, they call her. It
I
just
don't know if I
doesn't
should give
matter.
myself a nickname.
Is it a
I don't know if it
return?
works.
Is it an ATP? It is going in the bucket here on Pickleball Live.
Unbelievable. This has been fun. Make sure you come hang out with us tomorrow as well. Pickleball Live here from the Pickleball TV studios in Santa Monica, California. We'll see you for semifinals. See ya.